All right. Dope. I think we are live. I think we are live or soon to be live. Nah, we're live. I see the red button. All right. What's up, guys? This is the big show that I was planning that I told you about in the last couple videos that I've been making. Crazy stuff happening. This is the big live show that I want to do. I had to wait till I get off of work, but now that I am off of work, 2 hours have passed. I wanted to also see if any deals would get done or anyone gets bought out that's significant. I'm joined with Ben. Link to his channel is going to be in the description down below. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Let's just get right into this. Super excited. Ben, why don't you start us off? I think we lost Ben.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Brandon?
I think we lost Ben.
Brandon.
That's
Brandon.
okay. We lost Ben. No worries, guys. No worries.
I'm
Show
here.
will. Oh, you're here. Maybe.
What the
Maybe it's my
fuck?
side. All right.
This is first
I
time
guess
for
maybe
everyone.
I'm
All
just
right.
my thing's ass. Hey, yeah. Okay.
Are we good?
All right. So this is not going well. I think we're
Brandon,
good. I think we're good.
are we
So
good?
sorry if this is I'm hoping.
What are you seeing on your
Uh
because I'm seeing like us both working at the same
I'm
time.
seeing just pixelated shit. I'm just seeing you pixelated as fuck.
I'm here. It says I'm here. There's no lagging on my part.
Okay. Well, maybe my I don't know. My computer can't handle this. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to the trade deadline show, ladies and gentlemen. Really quickly, just going to be doing a couple things real quick. Ben, why don't you start off with the big trade that happened today? Obviously, it's been all over the news.
Right.
Two superstars
Goran
that are
Dragic got dealt
disgruntled getting
to the
traded.
Spurs.
James Harden's going to the 76ers. Ben Simmons going to Brooklyn. Ben, break this down for us.
Uh, well, I mean, it was going to happen eventually. I think we all can agree with that. I'm not surprised that it happened. I'm surprised it happened actually today. I figured it was going to happen over the summer because it just seemed like they couldn't get to a consensus of what was going to happen. So yeah, the 76ers receive James Harden and Paul Millsap, and the Nets receive Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and two first round picks. I think one in 2022 and one in 2027. So, how I'm going to put it is this for Brooklyn: you have to play Ben Simmons for what he is and not for what he could be. That was the 76ers' main problem. They didn't focus on what he was, which is a good defender, a very good defender, one of the better transition players that you have, and a guy who back to the basket can probably develop into a good back to the basket player. Because you had Joel Embiid, you couldn't have another back to the basket player as your point guard. Now you have Kyrie Irving running the point. I think that's obvious. Kyrie Irving is going to be running the point guard position, and then you're going to turn into okay. You have Ben Simmons. He's going to play the four, or he can play small ball five. I mean, he can't really play small ball five, but he's 6'10". He can defend virtually every position. He can play small ball. So with that being said, I think I think it's an even trade in my opinion. I don't see. I mean, I guess in the long run, it's going to help the Nets a lot more because they have those two first round picks. Of course, they can always trade Joe Harris because they just picked up Seth Curry. Uh,
Right.
I
Right.
think probably for the Nets, it's a better trade overall. But for right now, I think James Harden going to the 76ers, it's going to be an adjustment, in my opinion. And I don't know if you could I don't know if you can really rely on what's his name, Danny Green to be your primary long ball shooter. Uh, and I guess you have Furkan Korkmaz for that. But to me, that I mean, both teams are still dealing with problems with depth, in my opinion. Um,
Right.
more so the Nets, because they did give up Paul Millsap, who I know wasn't playing all that well, but still he is someone that you could throw in there. But yeah, I think the Nets is going to deal with that 6 through 10 being questionable. But yeah, no, realistically, I mean, I think this is a good trade for both teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, this is a win-win trade for both sides. I'm not too upset by it. My main thing though is how much did Philadelphia give up for a guy that isn't at his full health, right? Isn't at the 100% that we saw him at. It is the it is the it, yeah. Honestly, I think throughout Brooklyn, his time in Brooklyn, to be honest with you, he has gone through and look, there's a reason why they only played 16, 17 games together in Brooklyn. Oh no, it was 16 games. It was 16 games, a report. It's just crazy. It's just crazy for me to think of a guy that look, if he goes through with his contract, or I think his next contract is 5 years, 270. You're paying a 37-year-old James Harden $50 million.
Right.
That's my only one drawback of this. Other than that, great trade on both sides. Great trade. And like I described in my other video that I spoke about, in my latest video on James Harden, on the James Harden trade, guys should go check that out. I think that the Warriors can make this mega death lineup that we saw in Golden State, where essentially, you remember in Golden State, it was Curry, Clay, Barnes, or KD, Iggy, and Draymond, where you had speed, you had transition offense and defense, you had versatility on the defensive and offensive end, and most importantly, you could spread the floor. You could essentially do the same thing in Brooklyn if you wanted to, which is the scary part of this all. So that is my.
I mean, the thing is, I only see one good defender there. That's
Brooklyn.
That in Brooklyn, that to me, that's the main question, because they had no good defenders before they made.
Well, perimeter defender, sure, like one good perimeter defender, I can under
in Simmons.
In Simmons, yes. I mean, you can maybe make an argument for KD because he's big enough that he could throw his body high, he could throw his height around. I think. That's the perimeter. You have interior. I meant you have Nicholas Claxton and Andre Drummond. But on the perimeter, that's still the big issue.
Right. Now you're looking at who they're going to probably play in the Bulls in Miami. They're both good 3-point shooting teams. They're both teams that can get. They're both that perimeter shooting team. I guess maybe they're looking at a Milwaukee matchup where you're going to have to face Giannis in the paint. But then again, you still have Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday. I think Jrue Holiday is shooting phenomenally this year.
Yeah, they're playing their big three, Jrue, Giannis, and Middleton. They're like 22-5 or something crazy like that.
Yeah. And speaking of 5, it is still Heat in 5. I'm just, I didn't want to
be. The bias continues.
No, I mean, look, I was being silent because I was looking up the ratio of strip clubs in Philadelphia to the ratio of strip clubs in Brooklyn. Because I wanted to see
for personal knowledge or
no, this is for James Harden. And I was looking at flights for Lil Baby,
so I can go.
No, look, this trade was going to happen. It was. Right. And I think this is Daryl Morey saying, okay, this is my move, because he was going to be he's not going to be bold enough to waste a year of an MVP Embiid season. Because let's be real, he is arguably the front runner for this award.
No, right now, yes, 100%. 100% he's up there. Him, I think you throw LeBron in the conversation. Ja is in that conversation. Yes, you throw record aside, LeBron is the only reason why the Lakers aren't like 12th out in the West.
Okay, and?
Because he has to be playing that well, dude.
Okay, and? They're still 12th in the West. They're still ninth in the West.
Ninth. They're ninth.
Unless you're doing something that Russell Westbrook did, which was average a triple-double, you're not going to win your MVP.
Okay, but like averaging 28, 7, and 8 is still pretty good.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying
compared. But I'm saying he's up there in conversation. He has to be up there in a conversation. Top 5 at least.
I mean, I would still say.
Who would you say over LeBron?
In my opinion.
Okay, right now. Okay, Giannis 100% is in that conversation, but Embiid right now, it has to be taken. It's like midseason MVP. I think earlier in the season you could make the case for Curry or DeRozan. Right now, it's Embiid. Embiid's
The
it's
three are
Embiid.
Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know. Jokic gets enough.
Jokic is doing the same thing with that Denver team because the Denver team has been stuck with injuries too.
Yeah, but they're struggling, right? I mean, not struggling. What are they? Fifth out west?
Right, and you're making the case for LeBron when they're ninth out west.
Well, look. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not going to argue that. All right, let's move on. Let's move. Look, big trade. Let us know what you think in chat. Here to answer any questions, talk about trades and all that kind of stuff. So put it in chat what you guys think about the trade. Let's move on to another big one. Ben, what you got for us?
Which one? There's a lot of
I don't know. Just throw out any. Throw out.
Throw any. Okay. We're
all of them.
Miami Heat fans. What's gonna happen to Goran Dragic? Because I'm worried. I'm worried
he's gonna get bought out. No. I don't. First off, I think the obvious would have been Mavs if they didn't trade for Spencer Dinwiddie, because now how do you justify him, Spencer Dinwiddie, Luka on that roster? That's a lot of guard depth, and I don't know if he fits in that roster now.
You could justify it as maybe like because Goran.
Now he is eligible to go back. He's eligible to go back to Miami because he went to Toronto, and then he's now technically part of San Antonio.
Right.
So yes, technically he can't go back to Toronto, but he can go back to Miami. Does Miami add him? 100% yes. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. You 100% add Goran Dragic. All right? Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. All right? What do you look at me like that?
You know why I'm looking at you like that?
I want to
win. I want to win, and I want to bring in a fucking four that can actually do it. Not
right.
and get Goran, who I love Goran. He's the only jersey that I have.
But, all right.
Unless, if we had 12 spots, right? If we would have made the trade for PJ, I would have said, okay, fine. But
yeah, that would. I mean,
we need a four. We need a four desperately if Keith isn't coming back.
Yeah, that's a weird one, especially giving up KZ. You assume that Miami's looking at one of the buyout market for one of those guys that is eligible. I thought Serge was going to be if he didn't get traded today, but he did get traded to Milwaukee. Good pickup by Milwaukee, but I feel like they gave up. I thought it was for them. I don't think it's a good trade.
No, it's odd to give up Donte DiVincenzo for.
I think
because they know something about Brook Lopez that we don't, in my opinion.
That has to be like he's not coming back or something.
Yeah, because you don't trade for someone like that and give up a lot.
Hold on. I'm trying pulling up on my phone. All the every trade here, Bleacher Report. Here the 14 trade. So the 14 trade was. Look at this. Show it to me in one. Just okay. This is ass. So the 14 trade. Oh, actually, I took a picture of it. I'm an idiot. The 14 trade was. Kings get Donte DiVincenzo, Trey Lyles, and Josh Jackson. So honestly, 3 decent guys, I would say. I mean, Josh Jackson and Trey Lyles is doing all right in Detroit. Donte DiVincenzo, definitely someone to look out at the Kings. Davion Mitchell hasn't had the greatest season, but he's still a rookie. But that's an interesting pickup, even after the debacle that was getting rid of Tyrese Halliburton. Bucks get Serge Ibaka, 2 future seconds, and cash. Clippers get Rodney Hood and Semi Ojeleye, and Pistons get Marvin Bagley. What's interesting about here, I don't think the Clippers gave up anyone in this trade. Oh no, Serge. They gave up Serge. I'm an idiot. And the Pistons got Marvin Bagley. I like Serge Ibaka to the Bucks because obviously they needed another. Reminds me of how they got PJ last year around this time.
Right.
But look, when you play Giannis at the 5, you want as many wings as possible. You're giving up 2 wings in Donte DiVincenzo and Rodney Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have Pat Connaughton, you have George Hill, Drew, you have You have Drew, you have Middleton. You have a decent amount. You have Noara, who's playing all right, but I don't know. I think giving up Serge Ibaka, he's not the same Serge Ibaka as before, and I definitely think he's fallen off since that Toronto period that he's had. But look, at the same time, it's a good pickup because it gives him another interior defender to play alongside Giannis and a big that can Bagley. Look, if he can somehow, I think I like this for him because Dwayne Casey's a very defensive coach. And Marvin Bagley is a good offensive player, but defensively, he's like one of the worst power forwards in the league, or one of the worst centers in the league defensively. So if you could get him to play well next to Isaiah Stewart, or to have him be a better defensive player, I think this is a great pickup to have him play alongside Cade. Yeah, I mean, Clippers, I don't think they really added much. I think Clippers are adding players for next year, but I think those two guys, Ronnie Hood and Semi Ojeleye, are on expiring. So,
right,
just to get rid of, at that point. I like that trade. I like the trade for Pistons. Bucks is a bit for me, but I like the pickup. I just don't like what they gave up. Kings I like. Clippers, whatever.
Wait, you like what the Kings did?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Dante DiVincenzo is a good pickup for them. Well, I know it's a first.
For the first time, I was gonna say you can't say I liked what the Kings did. They just fucked up less than what they usually do. I think is
I know. It's dumb. It's dumb. I definitely think the trade the other day, the Tyrese Halliburton trade, just doesn't make sense. I mean, look, it doesn't make sense to give him up, but the package that they got in return, look, Sabonis is a two-time All-Star for a reason. He's a good player. He's a really good player. But if it meant giving up Tyrese Halliburton, I don't know if you would have given him up.
I'll say this. A move for Sabonis is, in my opinion, was a win now move for the Kings. Like a move for Sabonis for anyone would have been a win now move, kind of, because it's a final piece kind of guy, because you're not paying that. It's a guy that's on a good contract, and you're not really.
No, because how they look at it is like they were going to try to push to make in the play-in tournament. Like, that shouldn't be the goal. You clearly need a franchise restart.
Jared Allen comment where he's like, in 2 or 3 years we can be the 4th or 5th seed.
Yeah,
that's exactly how that. Like, just can we bring up the Skyforce instead? Like, genuinely, I think no, because seriously, like, at this point,
that's pretty much the Thunder though. Like, the Thunder and the Rockets are pretty much G League teams.
At least the Thunder have picks. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's just a G League team with picks. That's it.
It's a G League team with picks. But like, what the fuck, guys? Like, come on. Like seriously. Like, come on. You guys can't fuck up that hard.
I really they did. So
they did. I'm not even a Kings fan. I'm pissed off. Like just as a fan of good management. Like, what the fuck?
Because look, yeah, Davion Mitchell, but there's glimpses that what he can do. But you add two pieces together, but you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Davion Mitchell. Great. If you added Sabonis while giving up a Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox instead, I don't know if the salaries, I don't know if the salaries would have worked or a combination of the two, but that should have been the move.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Not this bullshit, you know? Not this bullshit. That De'Aaron Fox and Dante DiVincenzo are going to be the backcourt of the future now. Like, come on, you fucked up with that. But look, it's also they did. I mean, look, but I think they did a good job in terms of getting a haul back, because if they just traded Tyrese Halliburton for pocket change, like, then what the fuck are you doing? But they got some bonus. That's a decent pickup for what the Kings are trying to do, I guess. But at the end of the grand scheme of it all, it doesn't really make sense. Really quickly, the other Raptors trade, the trade that happened after Thad Young, Eubanks in a Pistons second rounder to the Raptors. The Spurs get Goran, a Toronto 2022 first round pick, It's protected between 1 to 14 in this year's draft. It's protected 1 to 13 in 2023, turning into future seconds. So I guess if the protections don't hit in either or, they turn into seconds. Which is crazy. Goran's gonna get bought out. This is just for the Spurs to move on from.
We're looking at Goran because we're Miami Heat fans. Let's look at this. Let's look at this in the other way. Masai Ujiri is a fraud. I don't give a shit what anyone says. You traded away the most important player in your franchise for Thad Young, not even Drew Eubanks because you guys cut him. So Thad Young, a second-round pick, and Precious Achiuwa. Think about that for a second.
You don't have to say it. You're not wrong.
I am gonna say it. I don't give a shit how big their wingspan is. They suck. They suck. What? We're gonna get. I don't want to play them in the playoffs. No, because it'll be Heat in 6 instead of Heat in 5. I don't care. This team, this Masai Ujiri had what? He made one trade to get Kawhi Leonard, with every other thing around him being fine. Like, are we really truly saying that he's an executive of the year candidate? Are we really truly saying that he's an executive that has he found good players? Of course, OG Anunoby plays well, but so what?
Because he is that type of GM or executive that has been able to find diamonds in the rough. OG Anunoby. I think the starting Barnes pick, yeah, it was at 4, but that was still like considered like what the fuck. Like we all thought Jalen Suggs was gonna go there. But that was still a decent pickup by that. But now it's turning into like, look, Scotty Barnes actually is legit, or his rookie year has shown that he's going to be a good player. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet. I think it's just how their scouting network is set up. I don't think he'll hit or miss on trades. Like, look, the Marcus Gasol trade was good at that time as well. Kawhi Leonard trade was good. I think also bringing Serge. Like, yeah, I know that was all 2018, 2019, but still, like, we have to talk. Like, that was still a period where he was looked at as one of the best executives. Now, like, look, he's obviously trying to build up a roster that is very young and doesn't really have an identity, but it's still trying to compete. So you have
telling me he built up a good 6th seed,
pretty much at this point. He built up a good 6th seed.
He does half of his job very well. That's good. If I was a firefighter and I did half of my job well, would you call me an executive of the year or a firefighter of the year? We put the fire up, but the kids died. You'd fire me. I'm sorry. Okay, Jesus, that was developing morbid. Talent. He's fine, but he's good at it. So what? That's half of your job. I would want my executive to be good at half of my job.
Jesus Christ.
Pat Riley is the greatest of all time. I don't give a shit. I'm here to push an agenda.
That was
I'm like ESPN reporters to Rich Paul clients. I'm here to push an agenda.
Oh my God. What is
all
wrong with
here's
you?
A trade I want to talk about because I think it's a good move for him. I think it's a great pickup by the Hornets to get Montrezl Harrell. Because Vernon Carey and Ish Smith, I mean Vernon Carey might turn into something in a second rounder.
I hope so. I think he could be a good guy. I liked him at Duke.
Yeah, but the thing is, Montrezl Harrell. I mean, I made a joke about the fucking Spirit Award that he won a couple years ago, but I think he fits the identity that the Hornets want to play. Very fast paced, very high energy team. Brings in an energy guy. I mean, this guy can run can kind of play the 5 and give you solid minutes. I'm a big Montrezl Harrell fan.
That's something that they were, because if you look at their big man depth, it's what Cody, not even Cody Zeller anymore.
It's not Cody Zeller. It's we had this mix up.
Mason Plumlee. It's Mason Plumlee.
Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, when we were at the bar watching the game. Yeah, I remember. That's just crazy. That's crazy. One white center to another, but I think he fits in with this Hornets team well because they like to play fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you mentioned, they like to play fast, and I think he's going to fit really well because you have him on the fast break with LaMelo or Bridges. That's an athletic lob essentially.
I mean,
But
very athletic team, and I think he fits in right. I think that's a brilliant move for the Hornets. I mean, the Wizards. The Wizards
I
are the
mean, who
Wizards.
cares? Who cares at this point? I
Yeah,
mean, look, we could talk about the Kristaps trade because that's obviously big. It will. I honestly, I didn't look with Kristaps. I thought you could have gotten more, maybe a first, but only getting what was it? It was Dinwiddie and it was
it was.
someone else.
I thought it was Dinwiddie.
Nah, it was
It
Dinwiddie
was
and
okay. The Maverick. Oh, Bertans, Dinwiddie and Bertans for Kristaps in the
for
second.
that's not terrible pickup, but given that both of them are having career lows in shooting, isn't great either. If you're Luca, your co-star that actually, when healthy, has been playing well, which is the key word, when healthy. I don't know. Like, look, the Wizards, I guess this is their attempt to appeal to Beal, even though he's out for the rest of the season. Like, okay, sign the extension and let's do it. We'll build a team around you. They have a decent core. I mean, KCP, Kuzma, obviously came over from the Lakers trade. They've been playing well. Kuzma's been playing really well, actually. He's actually has been playing really well. That's props to him. Now you add Kristaps to that core. I mean, does he play the five? I don't know. I don't know how
But
this
does
team
he
lines
play?
up.
Is a good question.
That's
Might be
also the
interesting.
good question. That's also the better question. Does he play? And I don't know if he plays. I don't know where he plays because you also had Daniel Gafford on this team. You have Thomas Bryant, even though he has an ACL thing. I mean, Kuzma can play the four. I mean, Avdiha can play the four. I'm kind of confused. I mean, pick up Vernon Carey as well and Ish Smith. So
I think this is a. I think that the Mavericks. I think Luka's going to start to turn around and say, "Yo, guys, come on, please." Please, I
like
am one
his
of the best
co-star
players.
now is Jalen Brunson. Like his best co-star is Jalen Brunson. They just signed Dorian Finney-Smith to not a massive, but I think it's
52
like
million or
40,
something like that.
52. I mean, he has actually played really well, to be fair. He's actually come out as a decent 3-and-D guy for this team.
Bro, if I'm looking at that, like, bro, 52, like,
But I think it's because that they might look to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. in the offseason because they were talks that they were openly trying to shop him.
right.
So I don't know.
I get it, but it's just like I don't know. I don't like Mark Cuban as it is, but like, I'm looking back on that Kristaps trade. Who won? Is that a fair to say? No one won that trade.
What did New York do?
Nothing. They did nothing with their pick. It's New York. Who'd
I
they
actually want to see. Give me a second. Let me do some research real quick.
get? I can remember. I can remember it happening and be like, oh wow, that's amazing. Like I wanted him in Miami, but then I was like, there's nothing with this trade. There's nothing at all.
Like, why do I feel like they still have one of their I don't know. While I look this up, let's talk about a loser of this trade deadline. The Los Angeles Lakers. Let's be real. Woj tweeted out that they'll be doing stuff in the buyout market. No, they won't.
I know they won't. Who
Players
they
that
attracted?
players that are going in the buyout market want to play for a contender.
Exactly.
The only one I could think of is Tristan Thompson, just because of LeBron. That's about it.
Imagine. Oh, no, just imagine the Lakeshore Spaces. Guys, we signed Tristan Thompson.
Whoa!
Oh, what? He's on the Kings now, I think, right? Or he's on
No, Pacers. But the Pacers, I think, are going to buy him out.
Right. So,
which look, Pacers on the video I made, they're looking good for the future.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct. I mean, I like that trade a lot for him. The one player I'd be looking at for buyout, not buyout, it's more so of just signing. Deandre Bembry, I think, just got waived. He was shooting like around 50 something percent from corner threes. He started 20 games for Brooklyn. he didn't look all that bad. I'm surprised he got waived. I guess I get it to make space, but I mean he's the guy you're gonna waive.
Yeah.
That I don't know. He's still heating 5 points, but like,
I'm trying to see what the what the picks turned into. So it was Dennis Smith. Okay, so the Kristaps Porzingis trade of the New York trade was Dennis Smith Jr. Bust. Dennis Smith Jr. I'm trying to think who else. I'm reading it. I can't.
Did you just look it up?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. All right, it was Dennis Smith Jr. Right. The Mavericks acquired Porzingis, Hardaway Jr., Trey Burke, and Courtney Lee for Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and 2 futures. I'm trying to figure out who the 2 futures are. I don't know. Can someone let me know in the comments? That'd be great.
So can you actively say that there was someone on that team, there was someone in that trade that has worked out for either team? I mean, besides Tim Hardaway Jr.
On the Mavericks, I mean, look,
Kristaps. Even then, if you're saying that they want to shop him, then no, he hasn't worked out.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, look, he was still a good player before the injury.
I don't know.
You know,
sad to
see. Yeah. What else? What else happened today? A lot of things.
I wanted to say rest in peace to Freedom. He got waived.
He die. Okay. Don't act like the motherfucker died. All right.
He's dead, but he got waived.
Best place for him to go is China. Imagine.
What? Imagine the most tweet.
He's gonna go play in China with LeBron. He could go work on Fox News now.
Thompson and his Freedom. I think that's pretty much a wash trade, since it has Daniel Tice, because everything in him is a wash. Because if you think about it this way, if it was a wash, then Bam would have been traded by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, Dennis Schroeder just at this point, there's nothing else to laugh, but you do realize that he is going to stat pad and get 80 million. So, you know, up and down. I mean, Bruno Fernando. I didn't know he switched sports. That's crazy.
Wow, you're so funny.
His name is Bruno Fernando. And I'm a Manchester United fan. What other joke am I gonna make?
Shut the fuck up.
He's gonna go into the penalty. He's gonna underperform. What?
We're also acquiring Victor Oladipo for 2 years in a row now. Solid.
Wait for him to come back. If he comes back and is shit, I'm gonna cry.
You understand? We're hyping him up. He's looking good in warm-ups and shit. This is why we signed Goran. All right, this is why we signed Goran. I don't care if he's not. I don't care if he's not wearing number 7, but
he can wear 69 for all I care. If he comes back,
look, he can wear whatever number he wants.
In all fairness, if there is not a 4 guy, a guy at the 4 that Miami can get.
But the thing is, they have 2 roster spots open. No, they don't. No,
yeah, but they have to convert. They have to convert Caleb.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm an idiot, because they have to convert Caleb still.
Yeah.
All right, so they have 1. You waive Keith? I don't know.
Nah, because if you have the possibility,
but if the dude can't play,
the thing is, if you have the possibility of Keith coming back, then you have to keep him, because you need Keith. You need a guy like Keith.
I don't know. You tweeted out something that Christian Wood was going to get waived.
I read that wrong. Okay. It was potential buyout and trade candidates.
Okay.
I read that wrong. I was like, oh my God, we're going to get Christian Wood.
I was like, all right, the Rockets are on something, because if they're not waiving John Wall, and they're waiving Christian Wood, there's something wrong going on with that franchise. Another loser.
Miami did pretty well.
No,
I would say.
Yeah. Another loser at the trade deadline, I think, was I guess John Wall. I mean, Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant and John Wall could have been moved on.
Jeremy
Couldn't.
Grant, RIP that dude. He's not dead. He just has to stay in Detroit for half
Yeah.
a season.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude is dead on impact, or dude is gone because he's living in Detroit or staying. It has to play for Detroit, I should say. But it's interesting because he wants a max contract, but
not a max contract player.
He's not, but he thinks he is because he's done well. I don't know. Dude's crazy.
He's good. He's a good player. That's it.
He is. Honestly, it's crazy because I honestly thought that I thought there would be a lot more massive moves happening. Apparently, a lot of moves fell through, like Cam Reddish getting dealt and Talon Horn-Tucker getting dealt. All those guys. I mean,
that'll save them.
Your guys, but like whatever. One I wanted to talk about was CJ McCollum. I know it didn't happen today, but that's an interesting one by the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And if Dame doesn't, for the Portland, this sucks because
bro, it's all about the grind though. It's all about grind and loyalty, not doing anything with your. And I feel bad at this point because he is someone that you look at and go, wow, he stayed at that club for so long. But at this point, bro, like the team is falling around you.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I don't know. You lose Norman Powell. Like that was a good pickup by the Clippers. Norman Powell. I'm blanking on who else. Norman Powell and Robert Covington. That's a good pickup for them. I think honestly, this is also due to Anthony Simons' emergence as a really good guard player. Ben McLemore has also been playing really well. Who else? I mean, look, Damian Lillard, I don't think he comes back this season. This season's a wash. But now they have all this cap space. It has to be utilized well. And the only way I think of it is they're not a free agent destination, but if they can make moves. Because you have multiple first-round picks that are going to be in the lottery, including yours. You could make a trade. And I guess next season is go all in. But if they still have Nurkic, they still have Dame. I think give it another season and then Dame's getting traded to like New York or something. I don't know.
Bro, the thing is that front office has failed them so over and over again. Oh, wait, hold on. Something happened. Can you let me share my screen?
Sure.
Real quick. I want to. Okay, so this is, I think, the winner of. I think this is the winner of.
All right, go ahead.
It is. This is a big pickup. The Orlando Magic has signed cash considerations. I think this is a beautiful pickup. I mean, I don't know. You're just hating. But okay. Also,
who do they? Bol and PJ Dozier, right, to the Magic for cash considerations. That was the trade.
All I'm saying, two Miami picks got traded for seconds, in back-to-back days. So. I want to say this is funny. I will say let me move them. Move down. I'm looking for this tweet. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy do you think Magic Johnson is on a normal day to day? Like you've seen his tweets, right? Like how excited his tweets are, right?
Yeah.
So you know how he always ends it. Read this tweet.
After the Lakers lost to Portland tonight, I am speechless. No words can describe how I'm feeling.
They broke Magic Johnson. They broke arguably the greatest player in their history. They broke Magic Johnson. That's it.
Thanks.
This team sucks so much. They broke Magic.
Yeah. No, they are. Right now, they're not doing well. I mean, look, I don't. They're not a trade. Like, I don't know why. They're not a buyout market team.
They're not.
They're not. They're not.
Suck. Period. They suck, and we should stop talking about them. Like legit.
Yeah. All right, so let's after the trade deadline. Also, I thought really quickly, I thought Miles Turner was going to get dealt because they traded for Jalen Smith, and I was like, they have like 5 centers. I was like, what is the fuck is Indiana doing? I thought Miles Turner was getting traded. Yeah. Interesting that Brogdon didn't get traded, but I guess that's something for the offseason. With the Halliburton pickup.
Right.
That's
I was thinking like, oh, they're probably cleaning house, but I guess not.
Get as many picks as you can. Chris Duarte and Halliburton is going to be a great future backcourt.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
Duarte isn't going to be rookie of the year because I think that's going to go to like either Wagner or Barnes, in my opinion. Or I think I'm sure I'm missing on a couple that I can't think off the top of my head. But he's up there. But I think he's definitely going to win. I think he's definitely going to be in the all-rookie first team. Why? Like the number 1 and number 2, I don't think so. I don't think Cunningham or Green get rookie of the year. I really think it's Wagner or why am I blinking now? Wagner or Barnes. Yeah. I think one of those 2 guys gets rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Coach of the year goes to fucking Eric Spoelstra.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. No, okay, make me a case for anyone else.
But they're going to say like JB Bickerstaff because of what he did in Cleveland.
Who the fuck cares about Cleveland, dude?
I know, but I'm just saying. They're gonna make a case for.
I'd rather see Monty Williams win it again than JB Bickerstaff.
Who's the Bulls head coach?
Scott Brooks?
No, Billy Donovan.
It was an old
Billy Donovan.
Yeah, it was an old you know what? All right.
What else is going on? All right. I think that's what we were talking about before. I don't remember. Schroeder getting traded to the Rockets. Whatever. Who cares?
He'll stop Pat and get $80 million anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I like the Celtics pickup. That Derek White pickup, I think that was a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's a good scoring guard for them.
Conversation.
Huh?
I'll propel him into top 5 conversation.
Top 5 conversation of what?
In the East.
I thought you meant, I don't know. Look, they could have done worse. All right. But Josh Richardson obviously hasn't done well outside of Miami. So
yeah. I also want to
show it's the system.
I also want to give props to Brad Stevens, who saw from his predecessor to finally fucking sack up and make trades rather than sit there and be a bitch like Danny, what the fuck, Ray. You know who I'm talking about.
Danny Ainge, yeah.
Danny Ainge.
Yes, he said it the first time. I thought they were going to trade Marcus Smart. I thought it was another potential trade that was going to happen.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I thought Timberwolves could have done something as well, kind of gone to the mix, try to maybe solidify a play-in tournament spot or a 6 seed out west. Thought they could have been a candidate for one of the trades. But the buyout market is going to be interesting. I think there's definitely going to be a few guys that are going to come up that is a little bit unsuspecting, but it's also going to be really interesting to see what happens. Knicks obviously suck ass. That's just,
was that a comment?
A norm?
Just saying
no, just speaking, okay. Just saying it. Shit. I guess that's it. I mean, I was hoping for a lot more crazy trades, but there's really only 2.
Yeah.
Today, and then the 2 a couple of days ago was CJ McCollum and Tyrese Halliburton that we spoke about. I like the pickup for the Pelicans. I do like that pickup. If you're the Pelicans, because he gives you obviously a lot more scoring, and that's a trade that could actually propel him into the play-in tournament. potentially
Right.
because I think they're 10th right now. So that's definitely a trade that could push them into the playing tournament.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, especially with whatever the hell Zion, whatever's happening with
no,
Zion.
but still, the team around them, the team regardless, I think could make a decent push.
Yeah, yeah. With that pickup, I think they could.
But I think that's gonna be it. Don't really have much more to talk about. Thank you guys so much who's tuned in. If you guys are watching this playback on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially those that are watching live. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy. Yeah, Ben and I are gonna be keep on doing stuff like this on either on my channel or his channel when we go live and just talk to you guys, especially when a crazy day like today happened in the world of NBA. So look, exciting times right now in the world of sports, but that's about it. Ben, anything you else got to say?
Masai Ujiri is still a fraud.
Okay. Well, Ben's always gonna just wave out. I'm a Miami Heat fan, no matter what.
Unwavered support.
Unwavered. But that's gonna be it for us. Ben's channel's in the description down below, so go check them out. And yeah, thank you guys so much.